Hello, welcome. So, worried sick. We've all heard the expression, oh, they were worried sick, they were worrying themselves sick. So, is this an actual thing? Can you worry yourself sick? I think we all know the answer. The answer is yes. But how does this work? How can someone worry themselves sick? Well, what happens is when we worry, certainly when we worry excessively, it puts us into our sympathetic nervous system. So it shifts us across into fight or flight. Now, fight or flight, that's fine. It's the place you want to be when you need to fight something or run away from something, when there's imminent danger. It's not a place where you want to live or where you want to spend a lot of time. Now, unfortunately, our body doesn't know the difference, or our nervous system rather, doesn't know the difference between an actual threat and a perceived threat. So if we're worrying, we're perceiving a threat. We're thinking about what might go wrong. Now, at the extreme end of this, it's going to, like I say, put you in this fight or flight state and keep you there. It'll make it very difficult for you to shift back into the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. Now, when that happens, when we're in fight or flight, it shuts down all your systems that are not directly related to running away, fighting or survival. That includes digestion of your food, that includes your immune system, that includes other regulatory kind of general maintenance, basically. If you think about it, if you think about the fire service, when they rush out to deal with a fire, they're not maintaining their vehicle. They maintain the fire engine when they're at the fire station, when they're relaxing, when they're waiting for a call. They don't maintain the fire engine when they're out on site dealing with the emergency, putting the fire out. That's a good way to think about it. So if you're perpetually worried and you're in fight and flight, you can't do the general maintenance on your body, the immune system, digestion of food, transfer of nutrients, care and repair. All of that shuts down. That's why infection can get in. That's why you can become more run down when you're extremely stressed. That's why you can suffer from more chronic illnesses, chronic and acute illnesses when you're stressed out. Especially if you don't have a way of relieving that stress. If you don't have a dedicated period of time to park your fire engine in the fire station and take care of routine maintenance when it is called out on an emergency, whether that's a real emergency or whether that's a fake emergency, whether it's a false alarm, the fire engine doesn't know the difference. So yes, it's a very real thing. You can worry yourself sick. If you're perpetually in that state of fight or flight, it will have a detrimental effect on the maintenance of your body and its ability to care and repair for itself. So, how can you begin to care and repair? If you're perpetually worried, how can you begin to look after yourself? Well, taking some time for meditation is a good way. On this channel or on my pages, you'll find at the moment over 50 different meditations, different guided meditations designed to do just that, designed to put you in a parasympathetic state where you can rest and digest, where you can settle everything down and allow that care and repair to take place. Another way is breathing techniques. You got very, very simple ways just to extend your out breath for longer than your in breath. So if you breathe in and then exhale just for a longer period of time, that's going to swap your body into the parasympathetic state. After about 6 to 10 breaths, you'll notice an actual physiological change. That can help. and doing something you enjoy, dancing, moving, shaking off the energy, that can help as well. Yeah, there's lots of different ways to manage the symptoms of stress. So make sure you do have some sort of stress management in your life. Also, if you do find yourself perpetually worried, perpetually stressed, perpetually anxious, then therapy can be really, really beneficial to actually go in and change the program, change the thermostat, if you like, so that you're not always there, so that you can deal with the underlying trauma, deal with the underlying issues, deal with whatever trigger is causing you to be perpetually stressed. It doesn't need to be that way. We can treat it, we can solve it, we can change that thermostat so that you're sort of baseline chill, and then you only go into fight and flight when you absolutely need to, when there's a real emergency or a false alarm, but then you can reset very quickly and easily. I hope that's helpful. I hope that's helps you understand how you can worry yourself sick and how you can deal with that. You can move beyond that. There is life beyond stress. There is life beyond worry, and more importantly, there's good health beyond stress. There's good health beyond worry, and it's certainly worth dealing with anxiety and worry for the sake of your health. Have a wonderful day. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.